Have you ever wondered why you're always the one who comes up with the idea first, yet someone else ends up making the money? Why are you always the one who sees the potential, but still somehow misses the opportunity? Gemini isn't lacking in talent or luck. You're only missing one thing: alignment. You carry within you too many ideas, desires, and capabilities. Your mind is like a sky full of wind, vast, brilliant, but with so many gusts blowing in different directions that nothing stays long enough to blossom into success. But 2025 is the year the winds shift, not just out there, but inside you. The stars won't give you more abilities. You already have more than enough. What they'll offer instead is something far rarer: energetic alignment. If you were born on Gemini's special dates, you're entering a cycle where all the forces that once felt scattered, your intellect, your willpower, your inspiration, and your luck, will begin to move in unison. You'll no longer hesitate between this or that, because your intuition will point like an arrow toward a single target. And when a Gemini's intellect is no longer splintered by too many possibilities but compressed into one focused beam, it becomes a financial force powerful enough to shift your entire destiny. Money doesn't come because you chase after it. It comes because you finally stood still, right where the universe needs you to be, so you can receive the current that, for so long, you thought wasn't meant for you. Don't skip a single minute of this video, because this isn't just a financial roadmap for 2025. This is the moment you discover the key to becoming wealthy, in your own way. Where intuition is your compass, adaptability is your greatest asset, and you are the strategist of your future. And now, let the journey begin. We're about to explore 3 birth date groups of Gemini, 3 types of energy, 3 ways of thinking about money, and 3 very different doors to wealth. Listen closely, because you might find yourself described more clearly than ever before. And once you realize which group you belong to, that's when the universe begins sending you signals. The first group carries a very special name: the Restless Observers, born between May 21st and May 31st. You might not recognize it immediately, but if you were born between May 21st and 31st, you carry a rare form of intelligence. Subtle, analytical, always seeking logic behind every decision. You're rarely impulsive. But precisely because you crave certainty, you often fall into hesitation and end up missing the perfect moment to act. You never stop observing. You read finance books, listen to investment podcasts, and can analyze market trends faster than people already in the game. And yet, in the end, you stay on the sidelines, not because you lack capability, but because deep down, you're afraid of making the wrong choice, the wrong person, the wrong path, the wrong timing. That fear makes you wait for more information, more confirmation, and the opportunity slips away. From June through November 2025, Saturn will retrograde in Pisces, forming a square to the Sun for those born in this Gemini group. Astrologically, this marks a major testing phase around personal direction, belief systems, and long-term commitments. You may find yourself repeatedly forced to choose, but every path seems to echo the same inner question: what if I'm wrong? You may feel mentally heavy, uninspired, or even drained by things that once thrilled you. But this isn't an energy collapse, it's a cosmic signal. It's time to stop analyzing and start acting. When your thoughts keep spinning without resolution, when questions loop endlessly with no escape, that's your intuition trying to rise to the surface. And if you dare to trust it, you'll witness something powerful. Things don't have to be perfect. They just need to begin. That's when your financial flow will finally start to shift. The universe knocking at your door may look like this. The same investment idea appears again and again, the same opportunity, the same choice, repeating through multiple sources. That's not a coincidence. That's your cue to stop analyzing and start committing. If you remain passive, confusion will soon spread into other areas of your life, not just money. Because when you think too much but never act, your energy stops fueling you and starts weighing you down. The greatest risk? Doing nothing. You won't lose, but you also won't win. And that quiet frustration begins to seep into your days. Shallow sleep, aimless mornings, and the subtle sense that you're falling behind. So what should you do? From April to June, stop waiting for another sign. Choose a clear path, whether it's opening a savings account, committing to a recurring investment plan, or finally launching that small business idea you've kept on the shelf. It doesn't have to be big or flawless. It just needs your full commitment. And once you've chosen, stick with it for at least 90 days. No backing out halfway, no checking every week to see if it's working. No switching directions the moment doubt creeps in. What's needed now is consistency, not to prove anything to others, but to rebuild trust with yourself. Because the most important lesson this year won't come from a new book or the next financial video. It will come from the moment you stop overthinking and finally act, even when nothing feels certain. Wealth for you doesn't come from safety. It comes from the courage to move one step ahead of your fear. You've just passed through the first group, the silent observers who always hover between thought and action. But not all Geminis hesitate. Some are born with fire in their voice, decisiveness in their step, and an inability to stay still for too long. These are the ones who inspire through energy, bold thinking, and the ability to touch luck with just a nod. They belong to the second group and are also the Geminis most likely to break through quickly if they learn how to channel the fire within. This second group carries a special name, the Visionary Coders, born between June 1st and June 10th. You belong to a group of Geminis known for magnetic charisma and explosive energy. Whatever you say tends to convince. Whatever you do tends to leave a mark. But behind that adaptability lies a deeper fear, the fear of being tied down. You crave freedom, and because of that, anything long-term, binding, or involving deep commitment tends to make you take a step back. You want wealth, yes, but deep down, you fear losing your right to choose. The way you handle money mirrors how you handle emotions, quick, adaptive, but rarely sustained. You know how to create income. You know how to pivot, but preserving wealth over time, that's your weak spot. You get bored easily. You're drawn to the new, the exciting, and more than anything, you earn fast but spend even faster, almost as if rejecting anything that feels like it might trap you. In 2025, from May through the end of the year, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, enters Gemini. This marks one of the most powerful energetic surges for your birth group in recent years. You'll feel supercharged, financial opportunities pouring in, your social network growing, your visibility rising, perhaps even recognition. But with this fast flow of fortune comes a new challenge, the desire to do it all, to try every opportunity, say yes to every connection, launch every idea at once. And then as the pattern goes, you may abandon them halfway, not because you don't care, but because your energy is too scattered to anchor any one thing long enough to flourish. The universe calling your name will be obvious. Collaborations, surprise projects, chance meetings, big ideas out of nowhere. But if you don't learn to filter, you'll find yourself standing at a crossroads full of signs, only to choose the shortest path and go nowhere. That is your greatest financial risk, being scattered by your own brilliance. When you shine in every direction, money doesn't know where to land. So what's your path to breakthrough? From June to August, draw the line. Pick one or two key directions and commit. If you're investing, choose one channel. If you're building a business, stick to one model. If you're juggling roles, pause the ones that no longer pay off. Because right now, the key to wealth isn't opening more, it's closing with intention. When your energy converges on one point, Jupiter won't just pass by, it will flood straight toward you. And in that moment, you won't just attract attention, you'll begin to hold on to real wealth. You've already explored two very distinct types of Gemini. The first group, always waiting for one more signal. The second, overwhelmed by too many at once. But there's a third group, quieter, deeper, and made up of Geminis who possess a rare ability turning intuition into systems, transforming ideas into strategy, and reshaping ambition into concrete, calculated action. They don't speak loudly, but when they act, everything has purpose, structure, and depth. They are the third group, the ones who carry the coding of the future. And if you were born between June 11th and June 20th, then 2025 won't just be a year of growth. It will be the year you rebuild your financial blueprint from the ground up. This third group carries a powerful name, the Trailblazing Reformers. You're part of a Gemini group fueled by breakthrough energy and a refusal to conform. Governed by Uranus, the planet of transformation and radical mental shifts. Inside you burns a relentless urge to do things your way, to break old frameworks and rebuild from scratch in a way that aligns with your truth. But this pioneering spirit also carries a very personal fear. The fear of being boxed in, of never truly being yourself if you're forced to follow the crowd. When it comes to money, you rarely take the traditional path. You're not drawn to routine savings or conventional investments. Instead, you're attracted to new financial platforms, flexible income streams, spaces where you can pivot at any time without being locked in. You crave control. You need freedom. But this strong need for flexibility often leaves you always open but never anchored. You generate income fast, but long-term accumulation is hard because there's no system strong enough to hold what you've built. From September to December 2025, Uranus forms a key alignment with the Sun for those born in this group. This marks a breakthrough phase in financial awareness and direction. You'll feel like you've tuned into a new frequency of life, visionary ideas, unconventional opportunities, and an urgent need to change something immediately and completely. But without a clear plan, all that explosive energy can spiral into chaos. Too many changes at once, no solid center to hold it all together. The universe rarely whispers to you. Its messages come through disruption. A plan collapses without warning. An unexpected opportunity forces you to leave what's familiar. A sudden situation demands that you completely rethink how you manage your money. And if you feel a deep urge to wipe the slate clean and start over, know that it's not impulsive. It's Uranus activating your inner code for reinvention. And at that moment, you must choose. Cling to the old for safety, or step into the unknown and rebuild yourself from the inside out. Your greatest risk lies in instability. You're brilliant at building momentum, but rarely pause to build the foundation to support it. You lose interest fast, change direction often, and sometimes tear down your progress just because it no longer feels new. And if you don't learn to regulate this energy, you'll get stuck in the same cycle. You start with intensity, fueled by vision and excitement. You rise quickly, burning bright with momentum, but then, somewhere along the way, you begin to feel boxed in. So you tear it all down. And just like that, you're back at the beginning, starting again, chasing the next spark. So what should you do? From September through the end of the year, pick one financial structure or work area that needs rebuilding and reconstruct it from the ground up. Do it in a new way, but with a solid foundation. Use your gift of innovation to rebuild, not just to break things down. Create a system, but make it adaptable. Redesign how you earn, hold, and invest money, but keep what's already working. Because you weren't born just to be different. You were born to lead by turning your uniqueness into lasting, measurable results. Each birth date within Gemini isn't just different, it holds its own financial frequency. Those born at the beginning of the sign must learn to overcome their fear of being wrong and dare to start early, even before things feel perfect. Those born in the middle must learn to be selective instead of chasing every opportunity that comes their way. And those born toward the end, armed with a mindset of disruption and innovation, need to learn how to turn inspiration into structure and how to transform freedom into a power that's rooted and sustainable. No one becomes wealthy by luck alone, but there are certain years when the universe opens a rare doorway for those awake enough to walk through it. And if you're listening to this in the year 2025, then maybe, just maybe, you're already standing at the threshold. Leave your birth date in the comments and share. What has made you feel like you've struggled to hold on to money or struggled to move forward? Because only when you name your limitation can you begin to change it. Don't forget to hit subscribe, because this astrological journey doesn't end with Gemini. The stories to come will help you understand yourself more deeply, not just through your sun sign, but through the parts of you that once felt unrelated. And finally, remember this: wealth doesn't come from how much you know. It comes from that one moment when you choose to believe in yourself and act with commitment, even when nothing feels certain. Because sometimes faith is the spark that starts it all, the moment that turns a silent longing into a current that finally flows toward you.